Alright, guys, welcome to the Darkish Multiverse. I'm Darkish, and, well, we got something a little special today. So, we're going to be doing it's not going to be a spoiler review, mostly. There's going to be some spoilers, but not really spoiler heavy yet. I'm not doing an in-depth review on it. I am mostly looking at it as it is. I'm going to talk about a couple of the characters that appear. Yep. So, to start off with, I want to say that this is leagues better than the first one, guys. It is... The pacing's better. The character introductions kind of fit in better than they did in the first one. You know, that was one of my big problems with the first one was, like, how Alpha Core and Yara were not used in it. That was the biggest problem I had, and the pacing of it. This one, the pacing is a lot better. It's beat to beat to beat, not really all over the place like the first one was. So, love it. Now, some people will like the big battle towards the end. My biggest problem was that it turned the enemies into basically putties from Power Rangers with the fight. But that wasn't the most interesting fight in the entire book. So that was just kind of a go-to. The little fire demons is what I'm talking about, if you don't know already. It seems like they were more dangerous when there were less of them in the book. But, that is, that's just my opinion on it. So, ultimately, the book is great. Love it. Blood Ruth, she's okay. Like, prefer Yara, myself. But she has a much larger role than Yara did in the first book. Much larger role. And some of the characters that are introduced are very interesting. What up, Barrett? So yeah, some of the characters that are introduced are very interesting. The owner of Projexus there, as one of them. He's kind of like a Lex Luthor type character, it seems. Yeah, I know Joker. I know, buddy. What's up? Hadn't seen you in a while, man. But I hadn't been on in a while. So, but anyway. So yeah, like the owner of Projexus, he's a very interesting character. Yeah. And I'm kind of interested to see where that little side war is going off to. But as far as I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so Goodying, the Goodying advertisement is great. I love that. But the demons, they're really not that bad, and but the why Isom quit story is great. I mean, I love that. Like that is great. It's paced out right. It's dark. Like it makes sense why he would quit after that. I completely understand it, 100%. And yeah. I like that. The Hellions, yeah, the Hellions. See, and that's kind of funny because that's what we call kids around here. The Hellions. So that's a southern thing. Ultimately, I liked it. I really enjoyed reading this one as opposed to the first one. I haven't read them side by side yet, which I'm waiting on the third one to come out to do that. But I did enjoy this book. which I said in my one of my first videos that Eric was going to get less scrutiny on the first one because it was the first book. And then now I'm seeing where he's learning, like from like Chuck Dixon and the others. I'm seeing it, right, and it's turning out really good. I can't wait for Alphacore and Yara. Like those are the two. Those and Norfolka, of course, are the ones I'm waiting for. But I want to see how he ends the ill-advised arc. I've kind of got an idea of how it's going to go, but I'm going to save that one for another video when I start doing theory videos again. Yeah. So yes, I got my Isom hat and my Rippaverse shirt. So I like the merchandise like more than I'm liking the comics. More than I like the first comic anyway, but which I enjoyed the first one, for what it was. It's just the pacing issues I had a problem with. The second one, it doesn't have those issues, so that helps a lot with it. Is that it doesn't have those same issues as the first one. Yeah, this is but if any of you watch Eric's channel, if you notice the joke from the channel in the book, leave it in my comments, because I noticed it. I noticed it right away. But like, I'm kind of interested in the wrestling character that they created. Like, I don't know much about him, but he comes up. I'm kind of interested in him. See where he goes with it. But I'm not. Like I said, this is not going to be a spoiler review at all. I didn't want to do any of that yet. I'm trying to wait and see. I want to do a full like retrospective, like in-depth thing when all three of them come out. So that's kind of the idea there. Is when I get the third book, I'm gonna break all three of them down in one long form video. Yeah. So, but I don't really have a rating system on this channel. I'm like, do what you want to do. Buy it, don't buy it. That's your choice. Most of my followers will, will usually have it already. So there's that. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I really like the hats. Like the hats are probably my favorite part of the entire campaigns. So I want more hats, Eric. If you're listening to this, I want an Alphacore hat. I want a Norfolka. I want a Norfolka like concert T-shirt. Like, you know what I mean? Like how they set it up with like the dates and all that stuff. That's what I want for Norfolka, right? It is like a concert T-shirt. And I want Ill-Advised Part 3. And I got this cover and the Shardrin cover, the EBS cover. So yeah, I like them. They were two of my favorite covers. I didn't really like the $100 one. Like I didn't like the cover of it. That's why I didn't get it. I know it's like and it was mainly like the pose. I didn't like the pose that was on it. The art was great, but I just I like my covers to have something to do with the book. And I've said this before. Like if my covers don't have anything to do with the book, it kind of irritates me. It reminds me of the Death of Superman #2 from the Supergirl comics, where nothing like that happens and it is the most boring book ever. But nothing like the cover happens in the book, and it's my personal favorite was the cover D, the one where he's standing on the building. That was my personal favorite, but I like these two, and they were out first. And I got them first day, so. But yeah, Book is the same quality as the other one. The paper, everything, same quality. So it's great. As far as great, I liked it better than the first one. I'm waiting on the third one. Yara, Alpha Core, Norfolk, whatever else we get out of this universe, right? Because I'm gonna buy at least one copy of every issue that comes out from this universe, because I think that this universe will become this next 100 years mythology. Okay. Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, they're all being destroyed, or have been destroyed, constantly. And they're going to drop off. I'm thinking that, it's going to be like Isom and maybe Cyberfrog to be the next generation's, Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, Ninja Turtles, all that. So yeah, you got every cover there, Joker. That's cool. I just didn't want the $100 one. I had no interest in it at all. But it's like Isom jumping through a brick wall. I don't, I'm just not a fan. And like if the either of these covers would have been like the full cover, like I would have bought them 100%. I just did not like that specific cover, so it wasn't for me. But hey, did you get a count of how many trucks and stairs are in this book? But yeah, like I said, no rating system on this channel. I find that kind of redundant. Buy the book if you want it. If you want to check it out, buy it. Great book. I'm thinking about doing something if I can find the time, and I'm not gonna say what it is yet. But I'm thinking of doing something. I'm also working on a Brian Solari cosplay, so yeah, that'll be pretty cool once I get started on it. I'm trying to finish up Megatron before I do that. But yeah, ultimately, just I enjoyed it, and I'm starting a flame war with A Drink with Crazy on Twitter. So if you are Team Yara, tag him in Team Yara. If you are Team Bloodruth, tag him in Team Bloodruth. So we're at a flame war. just for the fun of it. So yeah, if you're on Twitter, tag him in whichever team you're on. But I mean, that's all I've got, guys. Like I said, I didn't want to go into an in-depth spoilery review yet. I'm kind of waiting. I'm letting more people get the book first, just out of pure respect for it, But I'm gonna do an in-depth breakdown once I get all 3 books. I may be back later. I'll be back a little later. This is just a little short live thing that I wanted to do today. Because I do love this universe. I want it to grow. I want it to get bigger. And this channel started because of it. You know, it started because of the Rippaverse. So I'm going to support it. Even if I have a problem with a book, I'm still going to support the universe. Right? So I'm not going to like every single book. I didn't like the first one, but I'm sticking with it. I am sticking with it for sure. The second one, leagues better. Love it. There was something else I was going to talk about here. Hold on, let me grab the book because it's something from the book. Let's see here. I don't do the scripted crap. I go live and talk. That's my mentality of it. Just go live and talk. Okay, so yeah. Tell me what you think about the little gang war in the book, in the comments. You know, between two of the characters. I want to know. I want to know what y'all think in the comments, because I'm gonna read them, and I may do a live stream where I'm reading the comments if you guys will leave them. Like, share, subscribe, guys. I do this for fun, but the more people that get to see my videos, the more I'm encouraged to do this also. But like right now, full-time job, and it's full-time. It's 150 hours in 2 weeks, full-time. So yeah. I will probably be back around later today. It'll probably be just a chat, whatever, like normal. But Sundays are definitely going to be the days where I have the time to do something on here. So, yeah. Have a good one, guys, and I will see you later.